Hi everyone, this is Rio from the band Generation Steel, and you are watching Antichrist magazine, your heavy music guide since 2003. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic that is going on this year, I'm forced to do this interview by my own. But let me send your best regards from the guys back in Generation Steel. So what is Generation Steel all about and what's the idea behind this project? Let me tell you. It all started in 2019, where Jack the Ripper had this tremendous idea to create a classical heavy metal orientated band with the strength, power and dynamic and the focus of the German Teutonic steel style. So he gathered his members one by one that had the right attitude to realize that project. Generation Steel is not the band itself, it stands for the whole scene as a whole. So we all love to go on concerts and share our emotions throughout our music style and the energy that occurs during a live concert. And this passion and this dynamic and power, it was our goal to transform that into our musical style. The pandemic, of course, forces us to stay that behind, but eventually there will be better times and the Generation Steel will stand together for that. So the main idea behind the Eagle Will Rise is that you overcome the struggles that you face in your life and you rise like an eagle and you're ready to strike your prey. And also it is a mirror for the hope that we all share to have a better life, overcome the pandemics, overcome political situations. And you are not alone. We are all the Generation Steel, the young and the old. The way I'm approaching the lyrics, especially on the Eagle Will Rise, is by letting the composition work for me. So every time I hear music or ideas, riffs, it creates scenes and pictures in my head, and upon these scenes and pictures I'm writing the lyrics. To give you an example, we have a song on the album called Heaven's Calling, and that song had a very depressive military style and feeling about it. So immediately there went a story my grandfather told me in my mind. And he went with his childhood friend into World War II. They fought against the Russians. And there was a battle where they'd been chained to a static machine gun by the superiors, so they can't flee from battle. And during that war, sadly, he lost his best friend. So Heaven's Calling is about the cruelty of war. And it's also about losing someone very important to you and how to cope with that. There's someone that means so much in your life and all of a sudden you lose him and you don't know how to cope with that. And after I recorded the lyrics for the song, Jack hit me up and said, hey, you know what? I wrote this song when my father died. So you can see, you can transpose these feelings that someone has that writes the song, and without knowing upon why the song was created, you can feel the same way about the composition. And I think that that is a very, very special theme upon the lyrics on this album. To describe our cooperation with Pure Steel Records, you can simply say steel meets steel, so it fits very well. In the early 2020, Jack went on a metal festival to meet the CEO Andreas Lawrence, where he presented him the idea of this Teutonic steel attitude metal band. And Andreas Lawrence was very fond of that idea and made Generation Steel an offer. The corporation is very friendly focused and we are happy to be on Pure Steel Records. So if we talk about labels in general, there always comes this question up like, do you really need to have a label in these times? Or can you not self-contribute to the market? That's a very complicated question and I cannot for sure answer that because I don't have the experience with so many labels that I can tell yes or no. I think it depends on the label and how they are working with you. With Pure Steel Records, I can clearly say they are pushing us into the scene, and we really have the feeling that we are getting the renown, the attention that we need and that this project deserves. So we are really happy to be a part of the Pure Steel Records family. Sadly, yes, we had to cancel every show that was planned for this year, and we don't even know if we can participate to our release show on the 22nd of January in the Black Pearl in Wetzlar. We really hope that we can hit the stage soon enough and show you our material and our love and passion for this music that we created. So all we want to do is play live because we love it, and we hope that we will see each other once in a while live on the stage. And I hope you will be there and we can drink a beer or two together and really make a party. I think this is a very interesting topic, and I also think you probably can't just answer that with just a few sentences. So there are a lot of people that listening to the established bands or old bands, whatever you want to call them, and they have this attitude like, doomsday is upon us, heavy metal is dying, we need a savior. Personally, I don't have this opinion. I think we have a very strong newcomer scene. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, and a lot of that doesn't get the attention that it should get. So I can only enforce you to go out there, listen to a lot of music, go on the live shows, see how the bands perform, and I assure you, you will find a newcomer band that really fits your style or your taste. And that's what we need. That's what the scene needs for the future, and what will keep the heavy metal spirit alive. So I could name a lot of new bands, but I think it would not be fair because I would be forgetting other bands, so I will not do it. What I want to say is go out and keep the heavy metal alive. When you hear my name. Because we didn't play live yet as Generation Steel, I cannot tell you of any epic fail that we had live. So the only thing I can tell you is one of my experiences as a singer. So I had this gig where we sang a crowd pleaser, a song where the crowd actually knows the lyrics, and I went in front of the stage and I was like singing and then presenting them the mic so they can sing, and the microphone suddenly slipped out of my hand and some guy grabbed it. Like you throw guitar pick into the crowd, and I was stunned for a second, and then I immediately ran to the microphone of the rhythm guitarist and sang the song until it was over. And after that, I went to the crowd and wanted to get my microphone back, and the guy was like, "No, it's like when the guitarists throw their pick in the crowd. Now it's mine." And he was laughing, obviously, so it was a joke, but there was a very funny moment that I had in my career so far. Honestly, I hope that in the future the impact on the music scene is not as big as it is right now. Yes, you can stream concerts, but to be honest with you, it's not the same way as playing live in front of a crowd which you can interact with. Because that is the reason why we do this music, and to share our emotion, to interact with people, and to have a good time. And I think if it will not change in the way that we are able to play live again, I think a big part of what makes music so great will be gone. And I don't want to think about that this is even an option. So I have my hopes up, we have our hopes up, that sooner or later we can perform live again and enjoy ourselves. Generation Steel! I can only tell you of my province, where the classical heavy metal genre is not so much represented. That's why I'm very glad to be in Generation Steel. We don't live next to each other, but it's not so troublesome to meet up and play music together. So I think there are a lot of provinces in Germany where the heavy metal genre is a little bit more popular, but I would say that the German metal scene overall is pretty strong and we have a lot of cool stuff going on in our country. So we can say we are very happy with how the metal scene in Germany is going on. I think that we share the same goals that every metal band out there has. We want to participate at festivals, we want to play as many live shows as we can. We are very excited about the review of our debut album and the feedback that you guys will send us. We already started the songwriting for a second album, so you can be excited about that. And we really hope that we will see each other soon live on stage and that we can perform our music for you. Until then, that was Rio from Generation Steel. Stay well, stay steel. Keep the heavy metal spirit alive, guys. And thank you for watching.
When heaven is calling.